your Grand Tableau full training. We'll be using our cards, the Power of 8 Chakra Lenormand. First of all, you want to shuffle the cards one by one, put them in 4 rows of 9. You'll have your 36 cards if you're using other Lenormand decks. With ours, we have the 2 bonus cards, so there's always going to be 2 extra ones, and I put them on the bottom. So there's 38 cards here. So we're going to pull the corners. There's a clover, luck. Ooh, it starts off the reading with luck. Ooh, this could be a good year for me. Okay, let's do this corner. Oh, and the sunshine for success. That looks good too already. Ooh. And what else for the corners? Star, wishes, fame, recognition. Wow, this looks like I could be famous this year, or my recognition could be growing this year, right? And the moon is feelings, but often it can mean like a fame thing too. So, and it has lots of intuitive connotations as well. So public and stuff too. So I can see here, this looks like I could be more recognized this year in my business, because my intention for this reading was, what does my year look for, you know, mostly my business life. So that looks good so far. Okay, so now what we want to do is sort of just start flipping everything over. Uh-oh, snake trouble. So there's trouble at the beginning here. April, May, June-ish, right? That's this section, April, May, June. And it looks with money trouble, abundance trouble, or there's something getting in the way of the luck. So we'll look at that further. But let's just and seed tower authority. It could be a government thing, or money within the business. There's some trouble, legislative stuff or whatever, contracts, commitments. There's an ending of sorts, and then there's the bouquet gift. Okay, so let's just unflip everything, and then we'll look at things, you know, from a general perspective. So I'm going to flip over all these cards. All right, I flipped over all the cards. Now what? Let's just start with this trouble I see in here. So what we like to do is look for a middle card with the surrounding 9. So it's like a 9 mini. There's like little mini 9 card spreads throughout here. I like to take them one by one like that. So here I would look at this 9 card area, but what's this trouble with the money and that stuff, right? Well, there's the rider, which brings in news or messages about money and about my work, right? So there could be trouble there. It looks too like time is of the issue. Maybe I'm waiting for some documentation, for example, and it's taking too long or something like that. And then there is, you know, but there's potential for the stork changes, up leveling, and something new there. Also, it has to do with some health or my foundations. And so it could be, you know, a health related thing that's causing me trouble in my business, maybe, you know, and you could just look further within these 9 card sections. So like over here, when it gets to summertime area, there's the worry right away. I see this negative card, the worry, the mice, when it has to do with love and the home and the contracts and commitments about money and my security and safety here. There's a little bit of worry here and tension. And so it would be good to know that in advance so that I could, you know, work towards, maybe it's a tax thing. Often the tower can mean, if I'm talking about business and money, it could be a tax thing. So make sure all my taxes are paid. Make sure everything's filed correctly. Make sure there's no problems there, right? I am working on a contract right now with Walmart to carry our cards. It could have to do with something at that business, right? And there could be some trouble with the messages coming through, some worry there maybe with this new endeavor. And maybe it just is a matter of taking some extra time to, you know, dot my T's or dot my I's and cross my T's, things like that. Okay. And then, there is some stars next to the key. There's solutions here to any pain. And because this is in the 9 card spread with health and something new, or health with my child, but it could be that too. But there's some pain there to get through, right? It looks like it could be a health related pain. And so because worry is involved, maybe it's just I'm over stressing about things, or I'm too much in my head. So I want to, capture the lily wisdom, asking my elders, connecting to my spiritual side to get over the pain and to get over any of this clouds, confusion about my security. Now, it looks here that there's some obstacles at the house with the man, right? This could be my spouse, and maybe the man is ending some kind of contract commitment, or maybe he's upset because there's obstacles and he has a lot of choices, and his security and things like that. And because he's on top of the woman, maybe he has the upper hand in this, or is more of making the decisions in this than the woman is, per se. So it looks like when we knight, this is a technique called knighting, like in chess, where you make that L. So it's 2 cards up and then 1 to the left, or 2 cards up and 1 to the right, or 2 cards and that, like making an L, right? With 4 cards. So when I look at myself here, I'm going away from indecision and, the conflict of the whip, going towards security, getting over the worry of these new changes, right? And so it could be us working together to get over something in his life, some obstacles there, but there is a gift available to him of security as well. It could be our relationship, working on our relationship. Maybe there's been feelings of trying to end the relationship at this time, and the commitment, we need to work through that, decisions, that kind of thing could be something as well. But like I said, these big spreads really have to do a lot with your own life, right? But this is looking a little bit in my life. This could also be the man ending a contract commitment with his work. And maybe I'm here to help him with that, leaning on my shoulders, so to speak, throughout his time. Maybe he's deciding to change work because it's been too stressful for him, and he's encountering worry, right? Because he's knighted with the worry as well, and things that he loves. So that could be a thing too. Something to look out for, because there is, when we look at this, a breakup, a cutting of things. And because the public's involved and the house is involved, this could be, the man and the woman are thinking of breaking up, or the man and the woman are thinking about him cutting off, his worry in the conflict that he's encountering. And it could have to do with, ending his contract commitment at his job, because it's part of that too, right? In the house. It could even be as far as saying he's thinking of selling the house, in the contract commitment, in real estate, and ending the house and maybe selling it. I mean, we'll see how that pans out. But there is some issues here, and worry about security issues within the house, and probably within the relationship as well. So we want to look for that, ways to solve that, cutting through the confusion, getting in touch to our wisdom of the lily, finding solutions with the key to cross over the pain. Okay, so that could be a thing. And then we look a little further towards the end of the year, right? This is all like October, November, December. Looks to me I'll be receiving some kind of book of knowledge opening up. But this kind of combination shows me a lot of travel opportunities. This could be passport to go to a sunny place, right? With a friend. And it could be a very active trip, maybe, with lots of adventure with the whip. The whip doesn't just mean conflict, it can often mean physical activity. And then we've got, it could be a trip to the mountains, something like in BC, perhaps, maybe, because I have been thinking of going to visit my friends and family in BC. I live in Alberta, and there's mountains there, right? And there's choices, decisions, options, and friends, and feelings, and the public and power here shows me that There could be, because this can be a business card, and having a mentor with the dog, a counselor, a mentor, somebody who helps me with the whole business aspect of things, right? And financial here, or just business in general. It could be me meeting, going on a trip to have a retreat, or to meet with people, or something, kind of a trip like that. But it looks interesting here. There's a gift, there's messages, there's passport, there's foreign travel in a way, could be that as well. And it could be travel for business, or it could be just going to somewhere sunny location with mountains, which reminds me of where I used to live in Kelowna, and that kind of stuff, right? And I have a lot of business contacts in BC too, so it could be about that. In another note, this could mean a death of some family member, because we've got the eulogy, and we've got this showing me going to over the pearly gates, right? And it's someone that I love. Maybe it's not a family member, it's some loyal friend that passes away. And I don't like to talk about death or predict death, but there could be one thing. But I'm going to choose to say that this is more of a business sort of expansion, foreign to maybe more exotic place, more foreign places, business expansion there. Because the woman is going towards the anchor of security, right? She has to get past the worry of expansion. That could be a big thing, is I'm worried about expanding. There's confusion there, and I need some guidance. I need some help from some public person, right? Some public person that can help me with that. So you see how you can pick out parts, like how's my love, what's happening with the love here? Well, love of the house, there's worry and security there. There's expansion and changes, and there's new contracts, commitments. This could be very work from home-ish sort of feeling, because my business is a lot through home and making new contract commitments, things like Walmart, maybe Amazon, getting in front of more bookstores, metaphysical stores across Canada and stuff like that, right? But just the worry, I always like to look at the negative cards, because it gives us a clue, the pain, the worry. What's wrong here? What's the trouble? Well, I think I have financial worries all the time, right? Like, I got to get past any financial worries and doing things about that, right? And the money, right? And maybe I'm afraid to expand, right? There's always, sometimes as an entrepreneur, we're actually scared of expanding, because what happens if we get famous? What happens? Like, that changes our life. And maybe there's sort of like that feeling that I got to get through the crossing peak, but there's solutions there. My star wishes, and next to the solutions, there's always wisdom from our elders to help, and from spirit, right? To connect more to my spiritual side, to alleviate the worry, to alleviate the confusion, to alleviate the pain. So don't look at these negative cards as a bad thing. See them as a solution. Where do we need to focus for solutions? Because I'm a very solutions-based oriented person, okay? I got to get out of my head quite often, though, and get more back into my heart of security, my goddess power, nature, getting back into nature, that kind of feeling too. And finally, at the bottom, these two cards I like to say is, any extra further advice for this whole thing? Well, I will be like a phoenix rising out of the ashes, rising out of the worry, with better communications. So the birds, communications. So this is the solar plexus chakra for intuition and your gut, following your gut, also for confidence. And then the red is for security, which I seen up here, and red comes up again here. See these colors of the red, security, wanting to go through security, getting past the worry of expansion and money and all the safety of the house and like all that, right? Like, that's my that's what I'm getting from this reading. My main message is to, communications with spirit, with other people, with people who are better than me at business, maybe, to alleviate the worry so that I can rise into this new identity and rise in my business, Phoenix rising. Okay. So there is a quick how to do a GT, okay? And see how things progress. Yes, I start out worried about money, but look over here. I'm expanding my horizons and moving past the blockage. New information is coming, and it's sunny, and new communications, messages, bouquet is the gift. I've moved past a lot of stuff here, but then look at the end. It looks very nice indeed. Got my power back, working with the public more. I've cut out some toxic behaviors and feelings and all the negative stuff we talked about. Now I'm getting more into the bear, the power, the purple crown chakra for connections, right? Public and loyal friends and counselors and business advisors and all that, and getting over the conflicts, and also, using action, because the whip is very action oriented, so that I can move in my business, I could get better and expand, right? And the options will be available to me. So there you go. That is the little GT reading for you. I hope you enjoy that and try it yourself.